everyone, my name is Lori Bumbaco. I'm an oncology dietitian, and I am back again to celebrate yet again another food holiday. This time it's for the month of November, and surprisingly, I'm utilizing a really nice sweet treat that you can enjoy not only on this special food holiday, but I think all holiday season long. And that's why I wanted to celebrate this particular food holiday. So if you haven't already seen, every month of the year for 2022, the Judy Nicholson Kidney Cancer Foundation and yours truly celebrated a food holiday. So if you check out the website or the YouTube channel, you can see all of those recordings and try to celebrate nutrition and a delicious recipe at the same time. I think I shared some great content, and I have a great one to share today as well. So November 25th this year happens to be National Parfait Day. Did you know that? So why not celebrate by making our own parfait? And what I love about a parfait is that you can customize it and you could have it your way. So whether or not you're looking to incorporate specific ingredients for targeted nutrition to support your needs in a cancer protective diet, or you just happen to have certain ingredients on hand and can't get to the store, but you want to whip up something that is nutritious and delicious for yourself. A parfait can fit that purpose. And what I like about a parfait is that it is customizable, but you can really enjoy it any time of day. I love it for breakfast, but it's a great snack, and it also could be technically dessert, especially the one we're making today. So, and there's a special little side recipe to include today, so you have to see this one. It's a keeper. So your parfait, really, as I shared, there's no wrong way to go about building a parfait. I would say there are a handful of things to consider that this dietitian would advise as part of a cancer protective diet. And I'm going to talk through some of those things. And the other thing I would suggest is to have fun, right? So you could put your parfait in a fun little serving vessel. Like this is a stemless wine glass. That's what we're going to use today. But if you wanted to, you could make a portable parfait, especially if you're meal planning, because you're so busy around this time of year, then maybe you want to use a mason jar. And they come in all different types of shapes and sizes. This one would be great for like a snack size, I think, a little small. If you want to make a breakfast or lunch parfait, go for the bigger size mason jar, right? We need a bigger meal to satisfy our hunger and get us that energy we need to get through the day. So we're going to make one of my favorite versions of a parfait, starting with our good old trusty plain Greek yogurt. I choose plain Greek yogurt because it is I would say, a nutritionally superior choice. We have a lot of vitamins and minerals in here, probiotics, which are great for our gut health, and it also is high in protein. So if you're looking to incorporate enough protein in as part of your cancer protective diet, I would advise something like Icelandic or Greek yogurt. There are a lot of alternatives to consider. The alternatives, if you choose one, I would recommend you look for one that is low in sugar, because yogurts are notoriously high in added sugars, and too many added sugars is not necessarily advised as part of a cancer protective diet. So let's look for our plain and unsweetened versions of yogurt alternatives, okay? And what we're going to do is just layer that, and the sky's the limit. We're gonna use whatever layers, however many ingredients we want. Today I'm just going to use a handful because I like to keep it simple, kind of a purist that way. So I'm going to use my plain Greek yogurt, and I'm going to sweeten it with some natural sugars. So I'm going to use a great seasonal fruit, and if you haven't already noticed, I have a bowl full of pears here, so I'm going to talk about them in just a moment. But pears are a great option this time of year and naturally sweet. So we're going to make this a nice sweet parfait. And then I'm going to layer that with another special ingredient that I'm going to demonstrate for you as well. And instead of using granola, I'm actually going to add texture with a lower sugar version. And what I'm going to do is get some crunch from some nuts. And you could use any version, any type of nut or seed or combination of nuts and seeds. And that's going to be an instant nutrition upgrade from granola, because granola tends to be high in added sugars. And again, we may want to minimize those as part of our cancer protective diet. So let's go back to this special recipe that I keep referring to that is really going to elevate our parfait and take it to the next level. And this particular part of the recipe you could use in more ways than one. And it's called date caramel sauce. Have you heard about this one? It's a keeper, and I think it's a game changer. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make a version of a caramel sauce, but we're going to use dates. And dates are naturally sweet. We know this, but high in fiber and high in minerals like potassium and magnesium. So we get a lot of nutrition along with a lot of the natural sweetness. So I like to use medjool dates, which you see here. They have a naturally distinct caramel flavor to begin with. So they lend to this recipe nicely. You could also use other versions of dates. This is Degla Noor. Not as sweet, has a little bit of a different flavor, and they're smaller. So you may have to adjust the recipe in amounts from what I share with you after the video today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our dates and we're going to pit them and chop them. Now, one thing I want you to check for is the softness of those dates. If they're fresh and soft, you're good to go. If they're not, if maybe they've been sitting or they've been in the fridge for a while, we're going to soak them. You could soak them overnight, or you can simply soak them for about 20 minutes in warm to hot water, and that's going to soften them up very nicely. And then to that, we're going to add, I'm going to use a dairy alternative today. This happens to be unsweetened almond, cashew, and macadamia nut. Wow, that's a nice little combo. So we're going to add just a little bit of this to cover our dates that are already in the vessel, my little NutriBullet. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. So you can make like a salted caramel sauce. Oh, I bet you that would be good. But if you're being salt conscious, you could also omit this entirely. I like to add it because it adds, I think it enhances the actual sweet that's in it. And then I'm going to add a touch of vanilla. It's a teaspoon in the recipe. Sometimes I like to add a little more. It's so good. It smells delicious already. And we're going to blend this together in our NutriBullet. And then we're going to get a caramel sauce. Now you could blend to whatever texture or consistency you're looking for. So if you want a little thinner, more pourable caramel sauce, you could add more liquid, which I think I might have to, just by the looks of it. So we're going to do that. We're going to add this to our parfait. So that's why starting with plain Greek yogurt is not a bad idea, because we're adding the sweetness with the fruit and with our caramel sauce. What a nice trick that is, right? But we're adding nutrition by doing that instead of just sugar. Clever, right? I think so. All right. And something about caramel and pears, I think, go really nicely together. All right, so we're going to give this a blend. And ideally, we want a consistency that's a pourable caramel sauce, right? So you can continue blending. It's a little thick, if you notice, right? So I'm going to add a little bit more liquid just so you can see how this transforms. This is almost like a dip right now. So if I wanted to cut up some fresh fruit and then use a caramel dip, that would be just fine, right? But we're going to add just a little bit more liquid so that you can see for yourself how this transforms and how you could really make it your own, right? So let's just give that another quick whiz and blend this. It smells divine. I think we are good with that. Okay. And what I love about this recipe too is this is a great gift for the holidays. So you could keep this in the fridge for about 2 weeks, but you could make a big batch of this and give away, even in these little mason jars, you could give away some caramel sauce or caramel dip to your loved ones. It's a nice way to give nutrition over the holiday season. Okay, so I'm going to take out, we're going to just leave this caramel sauce here. I'm going to show you the consistency. But we're going to start layering. Let's get to work on this parfait, right? So I have my stemless wine glass, but you could use any vessel you want. If you wanted to, again, put it in some Tupperware or just put it in a bowl, that would be fine too. We're going to layer this nicely. And you could use flavored yogurts, nothing wrong with that. And I think I'll do the pears next, right? And again, there's no right or wrong. So you could layer this however you decide. I'm going to use the epitome of the pears. There's lots of different varieties of pears, right? I'm going to use the epitome. I'm going to use a Bartlett pear. Can you tell? So this, I call this the epitome of a pear because it has the quintessential like pear shape that we're looking for, right? And this is the first pear that usually comes in season in late August, but we'll find it through February. So it's available to us. Now, Bartlett pears are unique according to all of the other pears because they are the ones that change color as they get ripe. So you could really determine based on your palate how ripe you want your pear, right? So if you prefer your pear a little bit more crisp and a little bit more tart, you're going to look for more of a green Bartlett, right? But this one, you can see it's turning color. So this is going to be softer and more sweet. I'm going to use this pear today in our recipe. One of my other favorite pears is the Star Crimson. So look for that one as well. That's this red pear. And they're delicious as well. I love pears. They're very high in fiber, and they also give us a good amount of vitamin C. So really great this time of year, right, for our immune system because that extra vitamin C is so great for us. So I'm just going to chop up a little bit off the side here. And again, you could add as little or as much. You could add different fruit. Maybe you want to use apples. Maybe you want to use persimmon, which is a great seasonal choice as well. We'll see if I need more layers after this. But I'm just going to use my hand because this is my own personal parfait. So we're going to put that right on top. I'm going to just take off this yogurt. And we're going to spoon in. It's not that drippy, so it's a little thick, but this is our caramel sauce. And I'm going to layer that right on top. So good. So much fun. And you could even, this would be great around the holidays too, if you're entertaining, you could make really like little parfait cups, right? It would be great. Now on top of this, maybe I want to add my nuts, right? So maybe here I'm going to add some chopped almonds. I think that's how I'm going to top this, and I'm going to end it there. But you can continue layering. So you could add more yogurt on top of this, and you can continue making layer after layer after layer. I'm just going to make a single note layer so that you kind of get the concept, right? Now, I love to also add a little bit of spice. So I have some cinnamon here, another great fall flavor that we're adding to this. You could add nutmeg, you could add pumpkin pie spice. The sky's the limit. Hopefully you're getting the concept. really using your creativity in the kitchen is a fun, really confidence boosting way to embrace a cancer protective diet. So here is the final product. A yummy parfait for National Parfait Day. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you especially enjoyed our date caramel sauce and get to try this for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to our last food holiday celebration for the month of December. I have another great recipe to demonstrate.